Welcome to West Virginia. Welcome to West Virginia Wesleyan's Channel 22 News. I'm Fletcher Partridge.
And I'm Tim Walker.
This is the final broadcast for Channel 22 News this semester. These broadcasts have been presented to you by the television broadcasting class. Everyone you have seen on camera this semester is in the class and has worked hard every week to produce these broadcasts. What's even cooler is that this is the first television broadcasting class in several years. Ben Wilson sat down with the professor of the class, John Benjamin, to discuss the class itself and the thought behind bringing back the TV studio.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Wilson. I'm reporting to you live here in the TV station one last time as your reporter to give you a little more insight about our Intro to Television Broadcasting class. This class teaches each student what it means to create a news broadcast each week and upload it live for you as our audience. Some of our jobs here include a reporter, scriptwriter, camera operator, anchor, and technical director, to name a few. Here in the TV station, we have a wide variety of equipment, such as a few cameras and a computer to be able to use to upload and report to you live, as well as a computer lab here on campus that a reporter like myself can go on and edit all the footage. This has been 22 Channel News. Ben Wilson.
Hello, I'm Benjamin Wilson, and you are?
John Benjamin, assistant professor of graphic design here at West Virginia Wesleyan College.
And so this is the first time that this class has come back to us from previous years. So how has that changed in recent years to what we've been able to do with it now?
That's a great question. So the TV station has been collecting dust, I think, for about 3 or 4 years. And Dr. Bressler and I have been working together, and we had a discussion since I teach video production and other video-based classes. She asked me if I wanted to spearhead that and get it undusted and take off. And we worked together and dusted off the machinery, and it took a while to get everything hooked up properly and get it all working. And we had some equipment that was missing, and we filled in some of those gaps and got some of those things rehooked up, and then it was all up and running. And so in the past, there was a television broadcasting station class where the students would record their episodes. So they didn't do news. They primarily did like talk shows and things of that nature. And so what I thought, which would be much more experiential learning, was to actually have a live TV broadcast news channel. And so that's what we did using YouTube and YouTube Live. And so we use all of the TV broadcasting equipment, the Blackmagic switcher and the Blackmagic cameras, and it's all full studio production equipment that we have at our disposal. And then we just live broadcast that to YouTube each week. And so that's the really exciting part. That's the part where I feel like there's this real pressure, if you will, to succeed, to create a really great news broadcast, because it's live. There isn't any room for mistakes.
Right.
And it's really quite amazing how we can pull it all together by working as a team and using teleprompters to pull together a full TV live news broadcast each week.
Wow, that's incredible.
Semester to give us more fantastic reports. The television broadcasting class is not the only media class Wesleyan has. We also have an online student-run newspaper called The Pharaohs and our own live FM radio station known as C92. All 3 media classes are offered every semester for students to take if they are interested in learning more about media communication. Chloe Perdue spoke to Anthony Damcott, editor-in-chief of The Pharaohs, and Dylan Polly, the assistant general manager for C92 FM, about how you can get involved with other media classes besides television.
Our newspaper program as a whole is about writing stories that involve the Wesleyan community and at times the Buchanan community. We just kind of get involved in whatever we feel. The students themselves propose story ideas. So it's a 1-credit class. It's a class that you can take for 0 credits as well if you have a full schedule, but a lot of people take it for 1 credit. It's a class that helps you improve your writing skills, especially for those who, maybe an English major or even a communication major. Taking a class like that helps improve their writing skills very effectively and in a way that looks good to the eye when people read it. The communication department as a whole is always looking for students in general, and one of the ways we like to keep people involved is through internships. A lot of communication majors can get internships either in the department, which is where I'm interning right now. I know Buchanan has a local newspaper, the Record Delta, that they provide internships as well. We even open up internships to those who, maybe art or marketing majors. It's more the same with work studies, except instead of having, 1, 2, or 3 credits, you end up getting paid. We were just approved to have work studies within the department, get to know some of the students and get to know, Dr. Nancy Bressler, Professor John Benjamin, through the work that you do for the department.
Our students, if they're enrolled in 139, which is the first level of radio, you do a total of 6 weekly shows. So some of your shows can be about different topics. A student doing a show of how to study better, how to prepare yourself for finals and big tests. He gives like study tips, relaxation tips, how to decompress. You'll do 6 weekly shows, and then you also do something called a special show through the FCC, which is you do a special show about something like a social issue or, something that you want to talk about to bring light to, let your audience hear something important. Social issues, like I said, are one of the big ones. In 139, you'll do 1 special show. Students in 239, which is the second year, whenever you finish 139, you do 7 weekly shows and 2 special shows. 139 is 1 credit hour. That's automatic. It's 1 hour. Then you can take 239 for an additional 1 hour after you take 139. You can also take 139 and 239 for 0 credit hours. If you're already at 17 hours and you don't want to pay the fee for going over 17 hours, if you're just really interested, you can take them for 0 credit hours. A huge benefit that we feel like from our perspective is it really just teaches students how to better prepare themselves, their future jobs and things. A lot of it is work that you have to do outside of the class, so we only meet 1 hour a week, but you have to, whatever your show's about, you have to figure out, how you're going to plan for it, how you're going to execute your show. So that's a huge benefit that we provide to the radio, is we feel like it really helps people kind of plan what they're going to do and how to execute it. So right now, the department has 2 interns right now, myself and Anthony Damcott. So with a communication major, you have to have 1 internship before you graduate. You have some through the school where you can intern through the department, the communication department, and do things like me and Anthony are doing right now with helping the TV station up and running. You kind of check in with newspaper and radio to see how, what kind of problems they're having and what kind of creative solutions that we can come up for those problems. A big thing that our responsibilities are for this semester is to kind of help give more material for the school website. We do a lot of student interviews. We're going to schedule some interviews with alumni who have graduated and have them kind of talk about what are some tips that they recommend, once after graduation or getting ready to graduate, how you can enter the field. We don't have a work study right now, but if you were to be a work study, basically you'd get paid like any other work study, and you would do a lot of the same responsibilities as an intern, but just a little bit more focused on the department as a whole and not the individual publications like TV, radio, and newspaper.
Dylan also helped run the TV studio as well. Anthony is the director of the station, while Dylan is the production manager. The 2 of them also serve as interns for Wesleyan's communication department, led by Dr. Nancy Bressler. We'll pass it over to Dylan, who discuss the different types of majors and minors students can explore in the communication department.
The communication department offers a communication major, There's two different kinds of communication majors that you can graduate with. You can graduate with just a communication major, or you can graduate with a media communication major. The only difference in the two is that with media communication, you're taking a little bit more you're taking a little bit of different classes that more deal with the media, and communication, you're kind of getting the whole round aspect of it and everything involved in it. So those are two of the majors. Obviously, we have the communication minor, which is just an overall general minor for the communication field. Also, we have introduced a new minor called broadcasting minor. So the broadcasting minor entails our three publications that the school has to offer: TV studio, radio station, and newspaper. You get a little bit more of experience with that side of broadcasting and getting to write stories and getting to create basically stories for the school.
There are several majors and minors that can go along with studying communication or media. Some include business, criminal justice, and English. However, one of the most popular departments that people like to study in conjunction with communication is art. Anthony Anderson talked again with John Benjamin about how closely the art and communication departments can work together at times.
Yeah, so it's been a really excellent collaboration, myself and Dr. Bressler in communications. One of the beautiful things about what we bring together is different expertise. So my expertise as a trained graphic designer and working in the field for 20 years and getting my master's in fine art and graphic design, my expertise is in visual communication. And so now in many colleges, visual communication is its own department, its own major, because it's a broader sort of topic. So my particular expertise is in, you might say, 2D visual communication via typography and graphic design. But I've also studied animation and video production as well. And so those have also been parts of my practice and in my experience. It primarily is focused on theory and theory and practice. And so when we come together, all of that theory and that discussion and that practice, we can actually create actual visual communication pieces.
Thank you to all of you who have tuned in to Channel 22 News this semester. I'm Fletcher Partridge.
And I'm Tim Walker. Good luck with finals, Bobcats, and we'll see you next semester.